What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the truly tyrannical pirate Dr. Disaster, and a former executive for Epic Games has a suggestion for Amazon. Keep killing Warhammer with wokeness and then buy it for super cheap after the stock price drops.
He's losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
Of course, this talk comes on the heels of the rumor suggesting that Amazon is the one responsible for the female Custodes debacle. The rumor suggests that Amazon wanted to have a badass woman warrior to feature in the show, and they insisted on a female custodian, but they didn't want to break lore, which is why they pushed Games Workshop to change it up beforehand. And what was the effect of this on the Warhammer community?
The effect? I'll tell you what the effect is! It's pissing me off!
Well, as a result of that, the stock price has been steadily declining, making me wonder if maybe this is Amazon's play.
Please disperse! Nothing to see here!
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's start our analysis of this new bit of news by looking at this article from That Park Place. The article says, former Epic Games business development manager Alexei Sevchenko suggests that Amazon should tank Games Workshop and Warhammer with wokeness so that the company's stock price will tank and then buy the company on the cheap. And I mean, as I said before, this is actually sort of happening, at least to some extent. The stock price is trending downward. We can see that yesterday it dropped another $1.70, damn near 1.5%. It's been on a downward swing, unsurprisingly, ever since the female Custodes retcon event happened. But the article goes on, listing exactly what this guy said. Sevchenko shared his idea on X. You know, if I was Amazon, I would continue applying pressure with the TV series for lore changes, dismantle Games Workshop relationships with the fanbase, drop their price, and just buy them, penny on a dollar, and then launch TV, faithful to lore, just saying. Sevchenko's comments come in the wake of Games Workshop retconning their Adeptus Custodes faction with a new female custodian. Of course, we all know that. The worst part being when they tried to gaslight us and tell us that the female Custodes had always been a thing, saying since the first of the 10,000 were created, there have always been female Custodes.
I speak truth. You speak horseshit.
Anyhow, this executive statement is especially interesting in light of the supposed leak that suggests Amazon was responsible for Warhammer's change. The article talks about it here, saying a rumor detailed that the retcon was done at the behest of Amazon MGM Studios for the company's upcoming live-action series based in the Warhammer 40k world. The rumor, which was shared to 4chan by an anonymous user, stated, female Custodes are only going to be mentioned in the codex, no new sculpts or characters after the fact. Social media department jumped the gun and tried to put out fires with the wrong hose. The alleged leaker adds, intent is to push female Custodes character in Amazon show without it breaking lore, because Amazon execs wanted a woman in power armor and wouldn't settle for the Sisters of Battle. People involved in the show are pissed because they've been moving ahead on Eisenhorn. Talks of inserting said female Custodes into Eisenhorn's story, with Cavill threatening to walk away from the project. Small stock drop today, but Games Workshop figures it can ride it out if it stays mum on the subject. They really need better social media employees. Cavill will be in an article due to heading to Games Workshop to work on the new series this week or next, the leaker added. If he leaves, it'll be a noticeable hit to the share price, meaning the show is dead or Amazon is calling the shots.
My, the plot like my gravy thicken.
Not only did this retcon and subsequent gaslighting result in a boycott, but the company's chief financial officer, Rachel Tung, reportedly sold 2/3 of her stake in the company, worth approximately $865,000 as the boycott began. And we discussed this the other day, but it really helps put the whole thing into perspective now, doesn't it? The CFO of Warhammer is bailing out. Now, it's possible it wasn't because of the current controversy, but it's also quite possible that it was, especially in the wake of so many people now forming a boycott and canceling their subscriptions to Warhammer Plus. And there's nobody on the planet more knowledgeable about the ins and outs of a company's financial health than the chief financial officer, I would imagine. And you've got to think then, if you are Amazon, why not make suggestions like a female Custodes? It's literally a win-win for that very greedy, very shitty company. Whatever happens, they win. If the suggestion ends up going over well, then their show will be gangbusters once it starts streaming, and you look like a genius. And if it goes over poorly, then this greedy, soulless corporation can absorb Games Workshop for pretty damn cheap and quote-unquote save it. They'd never take responsibility for their actions, of course. And they'd also never admit that female Custodes was the straw that broke the company's back. They can never admit that wokeness is a bad thing, but they will sure as hell take advantage of the effect of wokeness in a situation like this. And I gotta say, Amazon owning Games Workshop would be awful for players. If you think the game is woke now, holy crap. Amazon is like peak wokeness. But in any event, I think this commentary actually lends at least a little bit of credibility to the idea that this retcon of the Custodes originated with Amazon. But I'm going to leave it there. You tell me your thoughts. What do you think of this suggestion that Amazon should push the price of Games Workshop down and then buy it? Do you find it at all likely? Drop your thoughts down below and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booze.